Hi there, my name is Kelly Frazier, founder of Connecting and author of the book God's Miracles, True Stories of Healing and Restoration. Now, I am sitting here with Crystal Justice, who is the editor of that book, and I could never have done this without her. I can tell you that. Seriously, Crystal, I don't think this book ever would have been published had it not been for you stepping in. Crystal is a freelance writer, and I am thrilled to be able to have her on our team so that we could actually get this produced for you. Now, at the time of this recording, this book is not published yet, which is why you see this little white ring around it. It's kind of like this little fake part of the book. But what we want you to do is to be able to go to Amazon at the link below, and you'll see the real book. Hopefully by the time that you hear this video, you'll be able to go and get the book because it's not quite published just yet. So, Crystal, not only are you the editor and just a fantastic part of getting this book created, you also spoke to all the authors. You were able to read every single story. How did those stories move you?
They showed me that it doesn't matter where you come from, who you are, on any level. If you are afraid to acknowledge God and you have something happen like this, you will be right back knocking on His door, and you'll realize that there is a God, because there are instances in our lives, if you're lucky enough to have a miracle of this magnitude, that you'll have to give glory to God, because there is no way on earth it could have happened any other way.
Oh, it's interesting that you say that, because I am under the belief that every breath we take is a miracle. Mm-hmm. Every single moment that we wake up in the morning, that is a miracle. Mm-hmm. And the magnitude of the miracles that we're talking about that are in this book are so tremendous, but every single moment of every day truly is a miracle. And we're always in awe of the big ones, right? Mm-hmm. Now, I literally asked God, why does this book have to be called God's Miracles? In fact, just so you know, when this book came about, for me, this was 4 a.m. and I heard and saw in my mind the book cover. I saw these faces flashing toward me. These were the authors in the book. I know what the book was supposed to be titled, and so I knew everything about the book one morning. So this was like several months down the road now. After I had gotten a few stories in, I was walking one day on the street, and I was just like, God, why does this book have to be called God's Miracles? And God, the Spirit of God moves in me, and when it speaks, I listen, and I heard, because people believe in miracles. And I'm like, oh, that is so true. It's so true. Just because I believe that my own breath is a miracle doesn't mean that everybody does. Oh, Crystal, you're also an author. Could you give us just a brief synopsis about what your story is about?
Well, I don't want to give it all away, but I will tell you this. There was a man who stuck his head in the door long enough to ask me, "Can I come in and play for you?" And I thought, I don't know, can you? No, I thought, I don't know.
So you're in the hospital at this time,
I'm in
right?
the hospital in this time, and in a very, very bad way.
Yeah, it was a serious condition.
A serious condition.
Almost like death a few times.
Yes,
right?
And at this point, I am still in the hospital, getting better day by day, but I was still very sick. But he stuck his head in the door and asked me that, and I closed my eyes and I thought, well, it's better than some of the music that I've heard, here through the, what's on TV. There wasn't much, so I said, sure, come on in. And he came in when he had a guitar. I believe it was a 12-string. And he sat down and he just started to play. He was trained classically, and I'm a musician by trade. I started playing at the age of 5, going home from church, picking out melodies of the hymns I'd heard that day.
So this really resonated with you,
Yeah,
then, you're saying?
the music aspect really resonated with me. And it was the song, As the Deer Panteth for Water, so my soul longs after thee, Lord. And he played nonstop. It's like one song bled into the next song, which bled into another one. And he must have played for 30 minutes. And I absolutely could not remember one word of one hymn because I was on morphine and Dilaudid and all these drugs. And, my heart, I was sitting there, think, darn it, you know these words. And I got so frustrated. Then I finally just decided to, okay, just relax and listen and let it wash over you. And I did, and when I did that, that's when the peace came. This was after I had seen Jesus, and I just listened, and I could hear God talking to me, saying, "See, I make all things new. You're gonna be okay." And I just busted out crying. I just burst free, broke open, and I could envision a butterfly bursting from its cocoon. Thus the name of the story, that butterfly hatched.
The butterfly hatched. So now you know the name of her story. So now if you want to read the whole story, because Crystal went through so much to get to that point, and you don't want to miss the beginning of it because it really does lead up to this incredible journey that she went on. Crystal, thank you so much for being here and sharing your story. I really appreciate it. Make sure that you go to Amazon and look up God's Miracles. Now you're going to find a lot of God's miracle books there, but none of them that has this cover, right? And none of them that say true stories of healing and restoration. So please do that, and definitely get in contact with us if you want to hear any more stories. You're going to find a whole slew of them at dayoflove.org on YouTube. So make sure that you go to the YouTube channel of Day of Love, and you'll hear Crystal and a good number of the authors that are in this book. Thank you so much, and God bless you.